Hey Husker Nation, it's Kelly Hunter here, assistant with Nebraska Volleyball. We're coming off a big weekend with 2 wins on the road, so I'm going to walk you guys through a couple things on film that we're going to go through with the girls this week. All right, so the first play here, I'm going to walk you through our system first and foremost. We're running a 6-2, which means we have 2 setters and 6 different attackers. So that means our setters are always in the back row. So if you see here, we have Kennedy Orr, who's in the back row. So this means she has a good chance to dig a lot of volleyballs. So we'll see here when we play it out, Kennedy's gonna dig this ball and Lexi Rodriguez has to come in and set. So because of our system, we have a lot of non-setters setting the ball. So Lexi comes in, puts up a nice high ball for Whitney, who uses the block, and they're kind of scrambling back. So we can see she gets it high and hard through the block here, and they have to make a scramble play and just fight it up. So if you can see, our girls are all kind of just assessing the play, seeing are they gonna hit it, are they gonna free ball it? They're kind of just reading the game right now. So we see that they kind of make a roll shot back and Lexi's ready to take that ball. In this situation, we like Lexi taking a lot of balls because she's not one of our hitters. So we like her to go play the first ball and have the hitters go and get ready. So she plays it nice and high in the middle of the court. One thing we knew that Michigan was gonna do was that their blockers would come over here to get ready for Maggie and Maddie on the outside. We knew that they were gonna follow the pass over that direction, which leaves a big hole for Whitney over here. So we can see Kennedy knows that Michigan's gonna do that. She gets there, jacks it back to Whitney, who's one-on-one for the kill. Next play here. So again, Michigan's kind of out of system over there, so our girls are again assessing the situation. The libero's hitting the ball, and again, we want Lexi to take that ball. Another big focus we had here for our setters was setting the middle in transition. So a lot of times it's really easy to go high into the outside or right side, but we want to force it in the middle of the court and force it fast. So we can see here, the setter for Michigan sets the ball all the way back here and has to run all the way up here to block this ball. So Ani's thinking, I want to out-quick their block and out-quick their setter, who's a little out of position, and fires that ball to Maggie, high and fast, who can just tip it down for an easy kill. So we call this play a jam. So instead of a tip that goes up and over the block, we like to jam it hard in the middle of the court, and so it's a lot quicker and the defense doesn't have time to react. So we can see that jam one more time. She throws it right in the middle for an easy kill. So first we're going to talk about Whitney's serve. She wasn't serving for us all year, but she's come in and done a good job, and now she's statistically one of our best servers. So we can see here, she's really simple, and she goes up, down. So we like our servers to jump straight up and down so they get a good trajectory on the ball and can hit it down into the court. And so it's not too loopy going high over the net. So she does a really good job going up, down, and being really simple to drive this serve. They make a pretty good pass, but we're ready to defend. Lexi, co-defensive player of the week this week, makes a nice diving play and digs it perfectly right into the box. Another thing we were talking about in transition is keeping our tempo of our sets. So we don't want our sets to get super high out here. We want them to shoot a little bit more to the pin. Just a little bit faster tempo again to kind of beat that block. So we'll see Kenna's kind of scrambling to get around Maggie and shoots it fast. And Maddie's able to take that ball and go hard cross court. So that's one of the advantages of going tempo in transition, is just trying to beat the block. And one thing I want to talk about here is Maggie's snap on the setter is what we call it. So if you watch Maggie right here and watch her head, she's going to physically snap her head over to the setter here. Okay, do we see that? It's really subtle, but you can see that she's looking right to the setter. She snaps it right there. So we do this because the setter is going to give us all the information on where they're setting the ball. So we want the middles to snap and look quickly so that they can see if the setter's maybe leaning back or if they're getting ready to set it forward. So you can see here, Maggie makes a pretty easy block move because she's done the work and read the setter, so she knows exactly where that ball's going. They try and use our block, but Maddie makes a good touch over there and has great transition footwork. So if we watch how simple Maddie Kubik is over here, getting back to her X spot, what we call it, getting ready to hit, she just takes 4 really efficient steps and she's chilling, ready to go hit this next ball. Again, we keep our tempo, and this ball gets all the way out to the pin. So we want to make sure this ball is kind of in this slot out here to kind of force a little bit of a line attack and get it away from the block a little bit more. So Kenna puts that ball right on the money out there, and the blockers are reaching. You can see their arms are kind of reaching out this way to Maddie because the ball is wide and all the way to the pin, which creates a little bit of space for Maddie to use their block. And she gets a good tool out of it. So these are a few of the small things we would watch back and kind of analyze with our girls to get ready for the next match. And we play Penn State this Friday at 7:30, so we'll see you there.